Welcome back, everyone, to our second series of the day of SLE Sunday. Once again, I am here, Eugen joining me. Hello.
Hello again. Here we
Hello
are.
once more. Here we are
Once again.
once more. This time, though, not live gameplay. We're gonna be watching some replays of Vitagen versus Gucci Yin. I get to watch my ex top laner as AD carry versus my ex support. That can only be hype, can't it?
Well, for you, I imagine it can't only be.
Hell yeah. Well, we are gonna be having some recreated drafts. Our producer Pepper is so kind as to recreate these drafts for us. So put some love for him in the chat. And right as we get into our first draft, let's really quick talk about the stakes. We have Gucci Yin sitting at 11-3 right now, and Vitagen at 9-5. That means Yin is definitely already guaranteed to be in playoffs. Vitagen needs one win to be completely on the safe side to actually make playoffs. What do you want to see here?
I want to see dominance from either team, or like at least an incredibly close game. So I think it's gonna be hype no matter what, because I think we've got a top of the table match here: Ian versus Vitagen, ex-champion versus, I think, potentially the favorites to win it this season around.
Current
Finding
first
themselves with,
place.
yeah, currently first place as well. But I do think that they're kind of like, I think a lot of people were very hyped to see this team come in here. We're gonna see if they can keep their number one spot locked in, or if Vitagen can steal it from them. But yeah, then again, they would only match them in wins. But I mean, if you own the head-to-head, technically you are first place. But they did change that rule now when it comes to tiebreakers. So strength of schedule very important now. I'm not going into those details because I'm not sure I fully get it. But yeah, we're gonna see a Aatrox ban on the side of Vitagen. I think we've seen this frequently happening against Sench, who has been playing it a lot in solo queue, but also has shown that he's very good on his champion. I think he can pick it blind, so they don't want to deal with that. So taking it off the board. Other than that, they've taken away the Nico. I think it's also been a very popular pick for Gucci Yin. And we're gonna see a B1 Kisante coming out. So yeah, if this doesn't tell you that this champion currently is broken on this patch, then yeah, I don't know what is.
Yeah, you've been praising this champion as completely broken. I would agree because his design looks completely broken. But we are gonna see him in the hands of a very good top lane. The answer's gonna be Sejuani, and I'm guessing gonna be Oriana. Yeah, Oriana, the one big power play still open here. There are still a lot of AD carries open though. So I'm guessing we're gonna see something like the Xayah Kai'Sa match. I don't know if Yomi is all too keen on the Kai'Sa, but he might just be looking to grab like the Xayah or something more safer, as Yomi is known for being a very safe bot laner that can find his pop-up that we have an A-Sol actually as answer. Answer to the Aurelion Sol.
I mean, if you're gonna go for team fighting, right? Like, they've taken away the Oriana, very popular pick right now. Everybody's saying it's absolutely broken, but they're gonna answer it with the other very good scaling champion, which is Aurelion Sol, and they've paired it with a Jarvan, so kind of an easier way to get on top of this Oriana, so to lock her down. If she doesn't have flash, she can get kind of laser down by the Aurelion Sol as well. And again, the Oriana can interrupt the Aurelion Sol with his ultimate, so I think it's I don't think 1v1 there's an advantage on either side there, but both will be very strong late game, as we're gonna see the Jax as an answer into the Cassandra. I don't think it's a quite outright a counter, but it is a champion that will do very well for him once he gets to his items. And I think we've seen a couple of top laners pop off with this champion as absolutely taking over team fights if the right conditions are shown.
Yeah, definitely one of these 1v9 hyper carry top laners. Something to look out for in every fight, because he can be the one to make the difference. As Vitagen is kind of drafting like a Death Cataclysm Wombo combo team comp so far. I'm really digging it, and we're getting some support bands. Braum being taken out from Gucci Yin, Nautilus from Vitagen, Yomi, a very notorious Nautilus, Rel. Anything that has a hook on or some kind of engage, we place it on and nearly to perfection, I have to say. So not surprised to see these taken out of his champion pool.
Yeah, they're also just taking away the Nautilus, which is actually a very good support to catch Jarvan in his EQ to kind of cancel the combo. Kind of it's a way to save your AD carry, but it will not be available for Gucci Yin. So Wiggies will have to find himself a different kind of pick. I do think.
I think Wiggy's gonna be looking for a Thresh actually.
Yeah, I think the Thresh is still open, so I think that's kind of like what I would expect for the side of Gucci Yin. They have removed the Rakan instead, which I do think is a smart option because it pairs really well with an Orianna. But I do think that a Thresh right now is kind of a safe pick to go for. You can lock down the K'Sante in these team fights to make it harder for him to dance through your team. And you can cancel ganks from Jarvan, so I think that would be something I would lock down here. But they're actually going to opt into an Ezreal to make sure that he can't get locked down. And I guess they're going to be playing for topside here to make sure that this Jax can be a very strong carry in these team fights, because the Ezreal, I think you just take here to make sure that you're ungankable against this Jarvan and just play it safe to scale and have this solid damage coming out when the team fights start. And if this Aurelion Soul roots himself, it's pretty easy to hit the Ezreal ult as well. So and we actually get a Senna coming out.
Casting Senna coming up. Senna Kench dominating solo queue right now, and also dominating the words recently. Already showing that this lane is really, really strong, and Senna having a really, really good time right now as a champion. And now we're gonna see what Vic is gonna answer. Rel is out, Nautilus is out. What could he possibly pick? I think it's still fresh.
So, does Jomi just never want to play a normal AD carry? Like, does he just always have to find an excuse to play something else? As I love this big Blitzcrank, but it's kind of awkward with an Ezreal, but I hope he's going to be hooking his Senna permanently.
Oh, this is such a great pick coming out from Gochin. For one, it can just catch out any Vitagen member in an instant, and for two, it does bring a shield breaker for the Tahm Kench ult, for K'Sante's Gargoyles later, for Jarvan W, I guess.
That was on the ultimate from Blitzcrank, right? Is that still an interaction?
Exactly.
Or did they move it?
No, that is still a shield breaker. Nobody knows why, but it is.
Okay. Yeah, but that would be really nice. But then, yeah, if Tahm Kench supports, well, I guess he should be the farming one. I don't think they want to have the Senna farm here. So, yeah, I think this is a really nice pickup against the fasting bot lane from Vitagen, but I'm not sure if the Blitzcrank Ezreal is what you wanted in your draft. Then again, the hooks are also very effective against Aurelion Sol. If you could pick him off in the middle of in a standoff, then yeah, if you delete the Aurelion Sol, I think the team fight's pretty much won. So yeah, exciting draft all over though. But yeah, again, coming down to execution, especially when you lock something down like a Blitzcrank. So it's gonna come down to these hooks.
Definitely gonna be looking out for Wiggies in this game. And I am wondering, as we go into the game, is Yomi actually gonna be playing the center? Because I could see him play Tahm Kench, honestly.
Oh, come on. Like, not even playing the AD part?
He is playing the center. He is playing the center. He's playing support champion.
Give him some credit, man. You won't be farming, but...
What do you mean? I'm playing the tanks in center lanes.
Yeah, I don't know. I just made the point earlier that he's just finding always an excuse to not play an AD carry, so...
But so am I, apparently. Anyway, as we get into this game, nothing special happening. 5 points from both teams. Wiggy's opting for the Guardian on Blitzcrank. A very defensive option. Senna Tahm Kench, an actual real big lane bully, especially with Sums as barrier and heal and 50 footwork for Senna. They're gonna be showing the Chi bot lane who's the boss here.
I think it's very early on. I think it's pretty rough for Gucci to play this lane, because I think even if you hook anyone, I don't think Ezreal has the burst until he has at least his Sheen. So only then I think that it's going to be really scary, and I think they should have the push as well, because I think the Senna just outranges the Ezreal, so she can kind of like perma harass the Ezreal while trying to farm. So I think they should have push, but we're seeing them leashing actually for Dutch here to set this Jarvan fast into the jungle, and meanwhile we see Gucci Yin sneaking into the bush. I don't think they actually quite reached the last bush, so they won't be cheesing from the best angle just yet, but yeah, I don't think this is going to be able to do anything. So now he has revealed himself, so this
he's
I don't think he's going to do much.
He may be looking, but he's not going to find anything just yet. I have to say, every time I get to cast I get to cast a Blitzcrank, I'm always extra hyped and extra happy. Because this means there's not gonna be this awkward time in the game where nothing's happening because Blitzcrank is there. Blitzcrank can do anything at any time.
I'm a bit confused why Sanch is playing on a different account. Marry me, Alawi.
I heard he had some account issues.
Oh, the
flash
flash
from
immediately!
Wiggies. Speaking of Wiggies, he's looking for a place and he's gonna find the okay trade, I guess. But he's obviously just unlocking his X-Flash, and now this Blitzcrank becomes online to, I don't know, Smurf.
Yeah, this is what I meant, right? Like, at this early matchup, even if you do get the hook, there's nobody's going to be really dying, and I do think with the sustain from the Senna, it's not going to matter at all. They didn't burn any sums on their side, but then again, he does have Hex Flashes, he highlighted, so he can always just kind of repeat this play, just flashing out of the bush and going for the hook. As meanwhile, we do see junglers pathing top lane, and they could find each other very soon in the river as we see potential invade coming down from the Sejuani.
Oh, JL is looking to punish Dutch here for taking the leash, I guess. How was he so much faster while Dutch got a lead?
Well, he skipped 2 camps.
But Dutch also only finished his 4th camp.
Oh no, yeah, actually you're right. Wait, no, he finished. I'm confused. Why are 5 camps death, but he only has 4 camps finished? Wait, oh no, he's
just on his 5th camp, and JL just stole the big wolf and one tiny wolf, so Dutch is in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, I'm really confused. By the way, something to highlight: this is now this is a new jungler that has come in for Gucci Yin, and he's showing up that he's he's faster on clearing than Jarvan apparently. So coming up already, looking like a good jungle addition for Yin here. As
for everyone playing solo queue, this is why you don't leash his bot lane.
It's just
don't
not
make your
worth
bot lane
it.
leash.
It's just not worth it. Meanwhile, top lane.
Yeah, we're just gonna be hitting each other until someone goes home and cries to the jungler, I guess.
Yeah,
but yeah, so far, not a lot happening. Bot lane, very quiet. Apart from the level 2 flash shot from Wiggies. No, JL maybe. Nah, he's being spotted in this bush and knows everything and backs off. But his wave is pretty bad for him, so he's probably gonna look to somehow walk up into this lane again.
Sejuani just backing right out of vision. That's the...
Okay, we're calling.
Sante will be able to clear this quite uncontested. I don't know if it's Sench really wants to
missing a minion and I see you. So a little trade here from Sench coming in. Yeah, just top lane things, I guess.
Bit of flame coming out from the caster here, but taking it personally. Meanwhile, we've seen that the bot lane has opted into a reset. Ezreal still not back yet, so I don't think they could be looking for this Drake just yet, as we see Dutch pathing his way down to the bot side of the map here.
Oh, and there's an interesting tech coming in from Yomi actually. He's opting for this Doran's Blade first center, meaning he really wants this tankiness in this Blitzcrank lane. And it's pretty much the only item he can buy that gives him tankiness, so very clever adaptation here from the side of Yomi. Tarn on the Barmies, so he can wave clear a bit, and now bit of trading. Okay, and actually we also have a Doran's Blade in the inventory of Dutch.
Yeah, Doran's Blade changed just recently. Everybody loves it now. I think this
Drake actually, yeah, good looking for trade. Wiggy's hook is gonna miss. This means that Vitagen is gonna secure this first Drake, and Wiggy's now all alone in the river. That's not a hook you want to miss, Wiggy's. I've seen you hit these.
Even if he hits him, I think he's just dead there. I think only the Sejuani was close to help him out. I think the Orianna was basing throughout that, so that's first blood going over to Vitagen.
Yeah, and very well set up here from the Vitagen bot lane. Yomi already on the Drake. Bot lane prio was grabbed out by Jesse here, and JL and Wiggy's maybe looking a bit too far. Sheffer can't really join this fight because he's being zoned off by every one of Vitagen. Now this knockup is a bit illegal, but it connects and therefore Wiggy's will die.
Illegal or not, it landed.
And here maybe a bit in trouble. Can they dive? No way, right? No way I can dive. He's Xante. We have to
Yeah,
respect.
no, like the Jax is way too low here. The Xante is very healthy. He has level 6, but yeah, JL will just kind of like help Sinch in this lane to try and break this freeze. But they're actually gonna back away now. But I do think that this wave, it's actually still. I think it's kind of still frozen, so it's not good for the Jax. But they
But
can't
Sinch has
do
to
any more
be.
time to
He's
it.
fine. Surely.
He has a CS lead so far, so still doing solid.
Over this here? Nah. Yeah, Jesse standing in front of Yomi, and this is gonna be not a long bot lane trade as they're just gonna disengage.
That is not the target you want to be hooking here. This Tahm Kench already on Ibami Cinder in a cloth armor. I don't think you're going to be able to kill him with an Ezreal just a
But
machine.
it is gonna
Have to
be
get
very
Senna.
much impossible to hook Yomi on the center here. As long as Jesse can move, he will stand in front of Yomi on this Tahm Kench. And also, it's really hard to fight actually with barrier heal combination of summoner spells from the side of Vitagen spot lane. I really love what they're doing so far, I have to say.
Yeah, coming out from Twitch chat, a very good point that once this Blitzcrank hits 6, that barrier is not going to matter at all. As we do see.
Oh, on top lane.
Top lane.
Well, Jax ult forced out, or rather used for lane prio, and now Gucci is going to play around with Herald. Yeah, Jesse can't really roam up on the Tahm Kench because, well, Yomi could have roamed up, I guess. But they are not gonna do anything of that. They're just giving it over to Chi. Wiggies is here to secure it. Kim Jensen's got lane prio, so does Sench, aka
Oh, the solo kill top lane.
Solo kill on top lane and showing Cassandra broken. Welcome to the Cassandra club.
Yep. Yeah, the K'Sante is coming out on top in this 1v1 here. Meanwhile, the Sejuani is
bot lane dive, Sheffield in trouble, Dutch tanking. Dutch not tanking anymore, Jesse eating. Oh, that's a lot of tower shots, Jesse. Jesse goes down and Sheffield nearly comes out alive, and now Wiggy's with the hook, but it's being blocked by a hero minion.
Oh no, that was almost a second kill there. It was like a tower dive gone wrong, but yeah, no, the minion saving the jungler's life for Dutch here. So really big there. Coming up for 2 more kills for the side of Vitagen, only trading back 1 as this fasting Senna bot lane's getting a little bit accelerated. That is a very low health on mana.
Oh, Wowza here, maybe a bit in trouble. Kim did for solo kill, but not quite, as Wowza will just, yeah, dash away with the slowest dash I've ever seen.
And yeah, we have the Heralds. I do think they want to put this down in mid lane here. Getting some more gold towards this Orianna, accelerating her scaling would be absolutely massive. There is a jungler who can try and kill it after the charge, but yeah, Blade Bolt going over here.
What we didn't even mention till now, just take a look at the minion deficit in the mid lane. We have a 30 minion deficit, minute 10.
Yeah, I noticed it earlier, but I hadn't had time to highlight it. I think before the fight in the river where they picked up the kill on Wiggies, it was really fine. And afterwards, somehow, the Orianna's been hitting everything while the Aesol's been missing a lot. I don't know if he was maybe running around that I didn't see, but yeah, a big, massive CS lead for
Anti damage is so illegal, holy moly. Yeah, that's a fine champion by games. But we are here to cast this SLE game, not say anything about champion balancing, so...
Nah, we are here to do both, bro.
This top lane matchup, it's gonna change a bit once Jax completes Divine Sandra, isn't it?
You have to hope, but then you also have this Frost.
The JL looking?
Well,
that's also here. This is gonna be a very tough fight.
I
Wiggies?
don't think they have the damage to kill anyone.
Wiggies is the target. Maybe Hook is gonna miss. Dutch not quite showing yet. JA did show, but nothing's happening. Dutch is still here. Dutch is now leaving. This is not a wreck you can take, Gucci, I'm pretty sure.
Aesol's coming down first here, and he's skipping the wave.
Oh, wait, Aesol is all on his own. Wowza a bit in trouble, maybe, but yeah. Vitagen is just taking off the strike. They're saying, thanks for the leash, we're gonna take it. But who will win the smite matchup? Another Blitzing Hook missing, and now Dutch looking for the smite. He will find the Drake, find the Cataclysm on the Sejuani, and it's supposed to fall, but a beautiful shockwave. Can they turn it around? They don't have quite the damage yet. Jesse untouched. Yomi pretty much untouched as well. They don't have any damage at all with Muscushi, and Yomi flashing forward to secure the kill onto Kim Jensen. What's the answer? Cheffer also dropping very low. Can they find a Dutch? Will find him with half of the flag and drag combo. He only dragged him into the dirt.
And some top lane fighting here as well, as Senchi's kind of struggling in this matchup, but a massive team fight win here for the side of Vitagen. Also the smite clutch coming out, the 50-50 taken by Dutch here, as you see this team comp, it's so hard to fight. You have a 3-man shockwave and it just doesn't matter. There's too much sustain and tankiness on the side of Vitagen already, and you just don't have the early game damage to burst anybody down here. The damage is not that high on Vitagen, but they have the sustain, they have the slow and the tools to just chase you down, as they lock themselves in with a 6-1 gold kill lead and now a 2k gold lead at 12 minutes, as they're looking like they're gonna be the team to scale up the late game a little faster than Gucci Yin, even despite the CS lead in mid lane for Team Jensen.
Yeah, it does look like Vitagen is really looking forward to secure their playoff spot with the 10th win in this split. Senna ahead, going to be building Umbreglaive, I'm guessing. Oh, Azul is actually very accelerated now. He's probably around even again. Evening out this CS deficit and the Sky Descent, yeah, as you can see, pretty much even.
When you play the Fasting Senna, what is your preferred build? Because you do have it. You're not playing Senna alongside an AD carry, you're playing it alongside a tank. Do you want to go lethality in that situation?
I feel like lethality builds as we have a play mid lane. Give me a second. Wowza is getting comboed off by JL and then shockwaved to his own downfall. He will still use the Sky's Descent. Maybe a bit of a misplay to use it when he was so clearly dead. But he will fall, and this is not gonna be the mid lane tower, I'm guessing, because Dutch is here to defend. But as I was saying, lethality is kinda just still the better option on Senna, because for whatever reason, Riot Games gave Senna actually a lot of lethality scalings in her kit. I think her Q scales with lethality and her E does somehow as well or something.
Wait, you mean that the lethality actually increases her damage, as in?
I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'm pretty sure that they gave her lethality scaling at some point.
I'll look that up.
Yeah, do
I know that.
Maybe I'm just saying complete.
I think it's just really good in general as a one-item spike, but I do think that if you're going to play front-to-back team fights and you're the main AD carry on the team, that I think like something like Kraken would be better. But that's what they used to play when it was Fasting Sun in the past, but of course a lot has changed, but I'm not so sure right now. But I'm looking into the lethality scaling. But I don't see anything so
We have a little bit of a play on the mid lane, maybe looking. But yeah, the preferred Senna build actually does seem to be Umbreglaive into Ghostblade and then for lethality.
That might be a solo queue build though, but
might be.
They do have quite squishy members. I don't this Blitzcrank has not gotten any resistances yet, so it's kind of only the Sejuani so far. So I do think that with the long range coming out for Senna, as she's famous for that, you might be able to hit towards these more squishy targets. Then the lethality I think would make sense. But if you're hitting the Sejuani, I think more of a front-to-back team fight build would be, I think, better. But we'll see. He is going lethality for sure. We'll see if it just won't matter at all. But this top lane...
We have another Cassante gaming moment. Can he find it? He will pop the all out, but God bless, the Cassante changes made it so he does not keep his Q3 charge after ordering, but this is gonna be top into it. Just like that. And yeah, showing Zench here on this top lane who's king, and come on Kim Jensen, do it! First
tower answered.
But it wasn't even first to it, he was too late.
Yeah, unlucky. It will be 1-for-1 though, and I think it's looking like it's going to be a really rough game for Gucci Yin here, because you have to go through so many tanks here, but I think your main team fighter is struggling to get a foothold in this game. He's doing having a rough time against this Cassante, a very balanced champion.
Also,
And
your AD carry is playing Ezreal, so that's
yeah,
already
exactly.
that
So
fun.
like it has to be your Jax here, I think, to go through these beefy tank
And this
frontliners.
might
But
just be the third Drake here for Vitagen.
I think they
And this early soul could be very detrimental for Gucci. The Blastcon actually being popped, quite a bit of a good little play. Sheffer forced to use Arcane Shift out. Now JA trying to get into this pit somehow, but being forced to flash out because Jesse is a menace. And the flash out from Miggy will find Jesse, but I don't think they have the
there's
damage
no
to
way he
kill.
dies.
Yeah, and JL misses the dash. Unfortunate. But this means Vitagen on Soul Point minute 70. And Mountain Soul. No wait. Hextech Soul. I'm blind.
There is yeah. They had everybody down here for the side of Vitagen, so it's just too hard to contest. We see Cataclysm coming in the mid lane actually.
Cataclysm in mid lane, not Shockwave being used as a defensive tool, but Dutch is smelling blood. But Kim Jensen using the flash very well, able to flash up. But here comes End. Kim Jensen may have overstepped his welcome, but no, all good. No one dies. Everyone's okay. All good.
He will get out alive as Cassandra is first to reach the mid lane there to save his jungler. Going a little bit aggressive in the mid lane, but I respect it. Really good shockwave though from Kim Jensen to cancel the Aurelion Soul Breath as soon as it comes out to not be going down to the Cecil. He still has like a 50 CS lead. It's actually massive here. But then again, it's still 2-1 and 2 for this ASOL, and we know that all ASOL needs is a very big star to throw down in these team fights. It's going to be really hard for Gucci to fight into this. As this Blitzcrank pick, it's only been landing hooks on the Tahm Kench, and that's the last guy you want to have in the middle of your team.
Yeah, definitely is. I think it's actually better if you just don't hook at all than hooking Tahm Kench in
Yeah.
this game.
If it's hook on Tahm or no hook at all, I agree.
Now we're just looking for another Hex Slash, but no one's gonna get caught by that one. And yeah, we have the Nash spawning in 50 seconds. How do you think Vitagen are gonna approach this?
I don't think Vitagen needs to join, needs to rush anything. I think they just need to get the control over it and just make sure they can't be stolen away, because I don't think either team has a very good Baron take. I think Gucci actually probably a little bit better with the Jax if the Jax gets one more item. But until then, I think, yeah, the only DPS you have for Vitagen is the...
Oh, and another Cataclysm in the mid lane. Kim Jensen being caught out once again. Shockblade, Shockwave being traded for the Sky's Descent. But Kim Jensen falling once again, being caught out. This Jarvan is really putting out work.
Yeah, she's just a little bit too far out in the lane, as the Jarvan will just be able to reach her with a flag drag Cataclysm, and there's no backup available for Kim Jensen. Yeah, the 50 CS lead, but not really able to do much with it. It's a bit rough there for the Orianna in the mid lane, as she can't really use her lead anywhere so far. She is struggling to get a foothold in this game. 3 Drakes to the side of Vitagen, 2k gold lead, and still just farming in bot lane. So I think, yeah, I think Vitagen is right where they want to be.
Here comes JL. Do they want to look for a dive? No, they don't. Wiggy tries to hook.
Sad B.
Goes for the sad B and leaves. Yeah. Nothing's happening here, as Dutch is actually around the top side once again, looking to evade the Raptors. Maybe we can look for another mid lane play. His Cataclysm is nearly back up again, but I think
He's kind of alone though.
Can be Jensen on JN? No, they do not want to chase it. And is here Cassandra, the savior of the Jarvan. And Rauser does have his Sky's Descent up once again, so this next fight gonna be a bit harder for Gucci.
I think he's just gonna hold on to it until an objective drops, or you do find that pick that allows you to do the setup for this Baron. But yeah, as you mentioned, it's so hard to fight against this comp. It's 1 minute to Drake now. They're trying to get control of the river, but Joey's actually all alone
out here. JL is looking. Will the Glacier Prison? No
ultimate coming out from the Sejuani.
I'm also very confused why we didn't just Glacier Prison here.
I guess they didn't have vision over the Tahm Kench, and he was just trying to bait a flash. Yeah, a little bit of hesitation. I guess.
Okay, Jensen here in mid lane being caught up by Rauser once again. Oh, that's a lot of damage already from Rauser.
I don't know if he can enter the river again from that side.
It's gonna be hard.
Won't be punishing him just yet.
In the meantime, Dutch just casually doing his Raptors, while his top laner and mid laner are dying for his river vision. Wiggies can be the hero once again. Can he find the hook onto one of his important targets? Can he find Yomi or Wowzer? He will go for the X-Splash and he will find Wowzer. Wowzer out. Shepard now dealing with damage. Wowzer already down for the count, and here's the TP from Zench, and this should be Gucci Yin's fight to get back into this game. But Anne is disengaging really well at this bot lane of Vitagen. Really hard to be engaged on. Now Zench looking for another jump, and Jesse is being chased down. Yomi trying to heal him up. Will the next counter-strike connect? Yes, it will, and Dutch and Yomi are just sitting there, but in the meantime, Ant is in the backline trying to get Kim Jensen with the Cassandra, but the Shockwave will outplay him and down for the count, but Jesse at least is alive.
I believe that's the second Shockwave of the team fight. Yeah.
Oh, surely
trying
not.
to get back in.
And now Dutch being caught out by Zench once again. This Jax has so far been doing so much work in this single fight.
It's really rough without your ace roll, but he's back.
Oh, the good side set from the hook, and now the Stake is still alive. The Sky's Descent will find JL, and here comes Dutch. Can he steal it once again? No, JL will secure it, and Zench trying to fight this 1v3. He will get one. And now being taken out by the Tam Kench, but Sheffer is looking for more. Yomi now has to block for the Tam Kench for once. And this fight is gonna end. And this fight is gonna end how it started, with both bot laners staring down each other.
Gucci Yin coming out with a lot of good plays now back to back to secure a Drake and get themselves some picks here. They found the Aesol before the fight actually properly started, and then you see they can chase them down. Aesol is their biggest threat in DPS so far for Vitagen. If he's down, it's really rough to fight back. As with this Jax leading the charge, it's rough to fight back. The Senna doesn't have quite the damage to carry the team fight, and Gisante goes so far that he's completely all alone, and the Shockwave under the tower will secure a kill there. So it will also result in them denying Soul Drake for Vitagen. So really big play here to completely close the gold gap for one thing, but also just deny a soul and put yourself into a position where you can match scaling.
Oh no, and showing Wiggies who is the boss here, and he will not sidestep the hook, but now who can kill this Cassandra right now? Actually, Sheffer is showing us that he can, and here's the TP. That's just a very good Cassandra, maybe overestimating his champion just a little bit. And this means Gucci has a good position on Nash now.
Yeah, kind of a bad position there for the Cassandra, getting picked up before the rest of the team is here, but they're looking for the steal.
Can they find something? Kim Jensen being rooted in place by the Sunny W, but the hook will only find Jesse. Jesse is super tanky, but is he tanky enough? He will find, and Nash is still on the table. Dutch looking for a steal. The Aurelion Sol ult, no Sky's Center, will find no target, and this means Gucci probably not going to Nash anymore. Yeah, they can't really, but Yomi here, all alone. Yomi Rosa, Yomi forced to flash out. And this game just took a complete 360-degree turn, all of a sudden.
If it's 360, then we're going in the same direction, but yeah,
180.
180. We are actually looking like Gucci Yin is just better on the same page as they're taking these fights all together, getting these picks before everybody else from Vitagen is on the same page and together. So they're picking people off, and they're now finding themselves in a bit of a gold lead right now. Not quite able to get the Baron just yet. If you're down in numbers, it's very hard for this Aesol to ever still and deal the damage. Personally, I don't really like the fell they built for the set so far. If all the damage comes from the Aesol, I start to feel like the Senna is not relevant to get them to DPS in these fights.
But also, the pick he is showing his and when he's tank. With the attack, we have the voice of coming up from Kim Jensen also. They are using all that against this very tanky formation of Vitagen, and it seems to be working right now. They hit the power spikes, and now everything has turned out for them.
Yeah, Baron's still up for grabs still.
Yeah.
Both teams starting to pop up.
And next Drake also spawning in 1.5 minutes. It's still so point for Vitagen. We can't forget that. Soul can still change the whole game here.
Yeah, absolutely can. See both teams still kind of hesitant to leave each other right now, except for the Jack. The Jack is just setting up his side lane properly here. As they both want to do the top laners here, but Jack's at the second round, and I do think it is team fights that he's been able to do a lot more than the Cassante actually. So nice to see this turnaround after struggling in the lane here, but bot lane, I think there might potentially be some action there as we see them potentially jumping at each other, but I do think that yeah, they have the tools to back away here on the side of Gucci, and they don't really want to flip anything right before the Drake starts. 40 seconds on the timer. It does look like Yin will have control of this area when it spawns, so it's gonna be up to Vitagen to contest the area.
Okay. As we seem to have some audio issues, we are going to head into a real quick break to fix that.
Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace, restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime and know how to unleash eternal power. Lead us to order.
Technical difficulties, I'm hoping that it's better now. We are back in the game. We're just about to witness the next dragon spawn in 20 seconds. Chi vs Vitagen, Gucci Yin. And the game just took a very big turn.
Yeah, Gucci Yin finding himself in the lead right now. I think that the audio issue has been fixed. I think, yeah, I was listening.
It seems to be fixed.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There is a ball there. They're gonna walk just right on.
Regis is looking for the hook. Can he find touch? Not quite. Ooh. And
yeah,
now
he's looking for the
Vitagen
team
is looking, the sky's descent, but here comes Jax with a 4-man beautiful counter-strike stun. Can he be enough? And is trying to get him out. The Cataclysm will force him into one spot. The Shockwave only finding one target, but the entire Vitagen bottle is so far untouched. But can they deal enough damage? Sench nearly falling. Can he fall? He is down, and that's the first one down for the count. And here comes Jesse dashing in, but his team is out of HP. Bowser and Yomido still untouched to this point. Wiggies will find another hook on Jesse, but Dutch with the Dragon Flag will take him down, and this is the TP from Ant, re-engaging into this fight. Coming back, Sheffer being chased down by Bowser, and Vitagen, now it turned 360 degrees. We are back on top with Vitagen.
What a fight! Holy damn, that was all over the place. This is just that was some damn team fighting. Both teams just jumping in and out of each other's front line, and just I don't think I've ever seen somebody get that much value out of Gore Drinker as Dutch has. Flag and drag jumping in, Gore Drinker popping to stay alive, but this fight is just all over the place. You see them jump in to try and finish somebody off, but he just kind of gets out. And then they just jump back in to deal the damage with this long range from the Asol and the Senna actually coming out on top over the damage from Ezreal, as Oriana also just can't really get any kills there to finish off those lower carries either. And then Asol will at the end there fly straight towards his Ezreal to finish him off. That was a team fight, alright.
And you were just saying that you don't think this Senna build is good because Asol has to deal all the damage, but here Yomi is trying to prove you wrong, dealing so much damage with fight actually on this lethality build.
I'm sad that we don't see the damage numbers like we do see in like the world's production, like in a team fight, because I would have liked to see the comparison between Asol and Senna after you make a point like that. But no, I mean, so far he's doing really great in KDA, so can't criticize that part anyways. But we're potentially looking at another team fight here, but there's no big start this time for the side of the Asol, but he has picked himself up 3 items, working towards this Rabadon soon. He
also, why
isn't quite there.
While we're in the replay, Vitagen did get the Drake, so we're now seeing Vitagen on Soul, on Hextech Soul.
Yeah, adding on extra slows, making it harder for Yin to walk forwards or backwards, so working very well with the zone control that comes out from this Asol pick. And meanwhile, we're both staring at the Baron. Sench has been split off from the team so far to fix bot wave. He does have TP to come in at a moment's notice. Meanwhile, we see Ant doing the same for top lane. No, he's actually gonna look to collapse maybe in on this river.
Oh, and for me finding a flank. Wiggies is looking for a hook once again. But no one's gonna find anything right now.
No, he won't. I think he has to step back here. I think he has to fix his top wave though, because Sench is soon gonna start hitting this bot lane tower, and then you're gonna force the play out of Vitagen. Sench putting them on a timer right now, so yeah, they are starting up this Baron. They need to
okay, well now we can see how good Chiyun will react. But that's the TP. Maybe that's all they wanted.
Yomi is half HP.
But Ant is half HP. Yomi is half HP. Ant is trying to dash in. P for his team. Sench on the flank. What can Sench do? Ant will fall. The Sky Ascent is huge. But Sench didn't quite get onto the carries. And now, even though Ant is dead, Sench will also fall in this backline. Bowser should be safe. The hook of Wiggies will miss once more. And it's a 1-for-1 trading for top laners.
Both top laners dive the enemy team to die, and it's not over yet though. They're still looking for something, but Dutch is getting pretty low from the Ezreal poke right now, so they're looking to find a different entrance to this river, as the Baron has been started up for Gucci Yin. Junglers both sides still alive. Hook comes out.
And here yet another combo, but the ult from Tomkins is really huge. Bowser coming out alive here. And Gucci's health bars are looking pretty slim. Meanwhile, Yomi is trying to sustain up his team. This is gonna be tier 1 mid lane tower. Minute 32. Let's go.
A great hook there from Wiggies, but a better Tom King's ultimate to save him, and he will be just so healthy. And then they just get the inside track to take this tower. But take a look back at how these fights go, and I think Ant actually doing a phenomenal job to hold back Gucci Yin, as Sench was setting up for a great flank, but he will be stopped by Dutch in his tracks, and then he doesn't have his team backing him up, so this Asol is just free to stare down on this Jax and kill him afterwards. As right now we're going right back into life, but Baron is still alive, and now we have Ant pushing down bot lane with TP.
Yeah, and this time Sench no TP, so they have to send Kim Jensen, or they have to force something around the snatch. And force something around the snatch, they will. They will start off this Baron Nashor, and how is Vitagen gonna approach this? But Wiggies is standing, Wiggies is patrolling. Kim Jensen on flank maybe being called for that, but not quite. They do know, it's on 7k, it's on 6k.
Ant's not here yet.
It's on 5k. Can Dutch steal it? Dutch is looking for the steal, 100%. where Gucci and damage stopping, and now the
star!
pressure is so big, and the Jack Sanchi in the backline being forced out of the backline, and JL will fall soon, and now here comes Casanto and Jarvan, while Yomi and Rosa clean up Sheffer. Sanch and Kim Jets the only one left, but the Drag and Flag with Pint and Smart. Cassante is a good champion.
The clean ace from Vitagen destroys Gucci and the star comes down. Kisante goes all out as they wipe away Gucci who's scattered on two front lines. Kim Jensen could not get behind his front line here. And I think they're gonna push for at least an inhibitor in mid lane and maybe even get the Baron as well. As we see the ultimate from Orianna not quite getting the value, and then you have this Aesol untouched, just dealing away with the front line off the side of Gucci.
The Cassante W was so huge this fight. Pulling this Jax out of your entire backline with one spell. Holy shit, Ed.
Holy shit indeed. Very balanced champion, but at least very well executed as well. So this is now looking like it's Soul for Vitagen, Baron for Vitagen, but keep your eyes on the minimap. That's 18 seconds for Elder Drake to spawn. This is a big one. If you can still get your hands on this as Gucci, you might as well just flip the entire game with this buff.
Might be the game is like we're finding the hook on the Dutch, but is it actually a good one? I don't know. They're just gonna disengage and is trying to get something, but no one's.
Neither carries are here yet.
Oh, Zench is not on flank, but he for sure spots it.
Look at hook.
But Ant is being hooked in once again, and JL is trying to front line. As Yomi is stealing over damage, and ulting JL to Himalaya and back. As
he will kill him as well.
Backline and now Shepard trying for the ult, but not quite. There's no jungler for Gucci. They have to fight, but Shepard will be caught out by the Dragon Flag once more. Jesse with the Tom Kench W will find out Kim Jensen both carries for Gucci Yin are out, and Wowza will chase down Willies as well. This might just be the end. Who needs an Elder Drake when we can have your Nexus?
Absolutely. Vitagen coming up clutch again. Sench looking for the flank, but you just can't get through these tanky frontliners. He's trying to hold them back.
Sench, it's all on you, but here comes Wowza with the damage, and
what's the 1v5?
And Cassante with the ace and acing once more. And the game is over. Vitagen secures their playoff spot.
What a game! That it looked like Gucci Yin was starting to get complete control over it, and then one massive fight turns it all Vitagen, and then their full scaling came online. He was just not able to answer that anymore. Fantastic win here for the side of Vitagen. Only a slight hiccup there in the mid game, but very dominant all things considered.
Definitely. We had this short 360 in the mid game. I predicted it correctly, I just didn't know yet. I didn't misspeak. No, I would never.
It was a little bit with a delay,
Yeah. The game didn't quite deliver yet. I was 5 minutes ahead.
Yeah, it's true. We're on the replay, so I didn't know you were looking further ahead than I was. So yeah, that happens.
But this game was quite the statement from Vitagen. Also, Yomi going deathless on the center. 6-0 and 20.
Can we at least see damage dealt, Pepper? I don't know if you have that stat ready, because I'm actually really curious. I think Aesol has insane damage dealt. There's no other way around it, because Diwaza absolutely popped off in his team fights. I think when the fights got chaotic, he actually always found a moment to just stand there, even though there's a Blitzcrank on the team. There's an
Hold up, I can see the damage stat. So we have damage numbers. Aesol did 33k, and Yomi did 23k.
Yeah. Well, that's actually still pretty decent damage dealt. But I think
Diwaza did 26.
Diwaza absolutely popping off, I think, here on the Aesol. So yeah, it was an answer to the Orianna, who has been a very popular pick. A lot of people were very excited about the Orianna pick, thinking it's just have to lock it in blind. And I think that's now the second time we see that the Aesol comes out in the SLE, and I think it's the second time it's also won. But then again, I don't know every game, but I think, Aesol looking like maybe the better power pick when you want to do scaling.
Well, I do think that in this game at least, it wasn't the Aesol that was the counter to Ori, but the Jarvan. Dutch on this Jarvan did so much work in the early, mid, and late game,
Oh,
being
absolutely.
so important at any point in this game. And honestly, I'm just gonna call it out, MVP of this game.
Oh yeah, I actually I do have to agree with that part. He played a very good early game, and that Drake fight where he just kept flag dragging in and then just popping the gore drinker to stay alive to finish off those kills. It was yeah, that was absolutely massive plays there from Dutch.
All right, and with that, I think we're going right into the next draft. Ah, never mind. We are going into a really quick break and wait until the actual second game of the series is finished so we can stream and cast the replay. So we will be right back. Welcome back from this very small break. God bless, they finished this game in time. But holy moly, what a banger this was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That went like they were kind of going go toe to toe pretty much all game though, and it was some really nice coordinated team fight. I think both teams going with some incredibly interesting movement, and it was hype all across the board. And they went scaling, and it became to like these. this is what I used to love about League of Legends, these late game team fights. So that was such a banger, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that with this, we are going to be going into the game 2 draft very shortly. Now, after seeing this whole game play out, what do you think? What do you think? How will the draft change? We now have Gucci on blue side. Yeah.
I think everything on the side of Vitagen was kind of fine, but I don't think that the answer of the Blitzcrank and the Ezreal was kind of like where you wanted to be. I think you can go Orianna, you can go Jax, you can go Sejuani, but I think if you have this strong frontliner as Sejuani, I think you want more of a hyper carry coming out for the for your bot lane. So I think that's something like if you do wanna if you want something safe against the Jarvan, I'm looking at something that can be safe as well as deal a lot of damage in these team fights. And I think something like a Zeri would maybe work better. Putting it into an Aesol, he's got a very long range with his star that he puts on the ground, and the AoE comes out. So it's also still hard to maneuver, but yeah. I think honestly, if you're gonna go in the direction of these late game team fights with an Orianna pick blinds, then I think you should just take away the Aesol, because I do think that's just too obnoxious to deal with.
That would make sense, but heading into the draft, we have the signature Yomi champion Seraphine being taken out. Nobody wants to play against that, and another signature champion Rel, also one of the strongest supported right now, still being taken out in response. And do you think they're gonna just do the same bans, but on the other side? Or maybe Vitagen ban Cassandra?
I think that might be an interesting approach, although I think maybe Yin might be looking it down themselves. I don't know how Sinch felt about that matchup. I do think that when it came to team fights, he was, I guess Sinch would have been fine in that situation, but then again, the Xante did a great job stalling out these fights, so maybe you just want to get rid of it. They have removed the Senado. They don't want to deal with this fasting bot lane, so then I think you can look towards going with an Ezreal, although maybe there's some other cooking that comes out from Jomi here in his bot lane. Maybe there's some other cheesy bot lanes that this Ezreal will just fall flat into, so I hope they won't take the Ezreal too soon. This Aatrox has been removed again on the side of Vitagen. Apparently that might be a good champion then maybe into the Cassandra, or it's just a respect ban towards Sinch anyways. But only one more ban coming out here, and then we're gonna see what this they're actually gonna take the Cassandra and red side away. They are actually afraid of Yin picking at B1.
That just shows how high of a prio Cassandra actually has in the series. Lilia also being taken out. In my opinion, a bit of an odd one, but maybe Dutch known as a Lilia player, not as far as I. But maybe.
Maybe that is actually a good matchup, but maybe only in the lane. But yeah,
we have an Ivern.
They have left that open now with banning the Senna, so the Ivern is now be open, and they're gonna lock it in B1. So I do think we're going back into the side of scaling though. So I think Aesol's open, maybe even want to lock this in early, or you maybe want to have the Orianna on your side here against an Ivern comp.
Maybe just go like Orianna and well, it doesn't matter anyway because we have Ashe locked in. Yomi showing that he can not only play Senna, he can also play Ashe. Maybe he can even perform better than Cupcake. Does he know the build? We will find out in this game.
Yeah, maybe we get the static shift Ashe this game. Another approach that we
will get to Runan's Trinity and then Kraken. He will just reverse everything.
Yeah. Oh no, I think if you go Runans, you have to go PD second for absolute attack speed build.
Sounds good. Delusion locked in. Okay, we're getting some wild picks here. Sheffer with Delusion.
It can get out of the Jarvan pits. I don't know if Ivern Lucian is really what you want to be looking for. Then again, the shield does proc his passive still, so that will still work. And we're gonna get Silas to steal away the Ashield and Cataclysm ult. I think both really good options for Silas, but you are open to a counter pick, so let's see what Vitagen opts into a Silas in mid lane. Although actually it could still potentially go top lane. I do think that Ant has been flexing a lot of different champions in top lane, so I guess we don't know where this Silas is going until we see everything.
Now Vitagen locking in with so strong Ashe Braum lane. We've seen it struggle so far today, but maybe Vitagen can
Oh,
get some more out of this lane.
I think we're gonna get one of the most satisfying sounds in the game. Lucian R versus Braum Shield.
Mm. But it depends on the Lucian skin. If it's high on Lucian, get me in there. Okay, well, so judging by these picks, what do you want to see banned? Rakan is out.
So yeah, Rakan is taken away here. I don't know why you would want to take that away from the side of Yin. I don't think that's necessarily the pick they still want to go for.
They do still need some kind of main engage for Gucci Yins.
It's true, but then again, Rakan is preferably
Yeah,
like a
he's main
secondary
engage, that's
engage.
true.
But they're gonna take away. I'm
Casadina?
assuming this is the R5 Cassian that you're banning, but actually, this is probably even good to take
Emilio?
Silas mid lane though. Yeah, Lucian Milio has actually been on 1310. Like people have been training after that. They've been playing a lot of Lucian there as well. With
Yeah,
Milio
but
getting that extra range, getting he has 2 shields as well, so he can proc the passive from Lucian twice as well.
that
So
is true. But
it is
into
actually
Ash
a
Braum,
lot of DPS that can come down from the Milio passive with the Lucian passive there. As I'm not sure. Oh yeah, no, I think it is sort of a counter, but I think it's a harder to execute counter for Silas though with the LeBlanc. But I think the Rise is still open. I think that also performs really well against Silas. But I don't know if that's something that Diwauza wants to play into a Silas. I think it would also, I think it would match really well because they have this. When you lock in Ivern, you're playing for late game team fights. So actually, it's gonna be Cassio. That's also a really good counter. Actually, he can't even can he even use W when on the Miasma?
no, it's a dash. It's a dash.
Oh, okay. So that I think that would have been a better ban than the LeBlanc personally, but okay.
I think if he's in medial range, maybe he can. And the Jace being locked in, okay. We get another Jace today, 3 out of 4. Yeah, That's a champion we shouldn't nerf, definitely. And now, what could possibly be the pick to round this up? They still need some kind of engage, because right now they don't have any.
You know what's open, by the way, for Vitagen?
Huh?
But they're not going to do it, right?
Tell me.
Do you think we're going to see the same stuff that happened earlier today? The Malphite top.
Oh.
Malphite is the Jace, but yeah, then they for sure have to swap it though, right? I don't know if Kim Jensen plays the Jace because I do think Sage plays Jace. I don't know if Sage has to play Silas.
I have to say, I'm not a big fan of this Gucci Yin composition.
I don't understand Ivern here personally. I think it makes no sense with the other picks that you've done.
Yeah, if Ivern was like an engaged jungler, definitely.
Oh yeah.
But now the Orn coming in.
Imagine Jarvan instead of Ivern here.
Oh, would be illegal. Absolutely illegal.
But it will be Ivern, and it's gonna be up against almost a full scaling draft except for Ashe. She's not that much of a late game hyper carry, but if she does get her items, she can deal a lot of damage. She's not getting countered by hyper carry, so if it does go late game, it looks like Vitagen. I think they should absolutely run away with it, but it's gonna be. They're gonna have to go through the early game of a Lucian and a Silas, though. If they can manage, then I think it might be a 2-0 for Vitagen. We're gonna head up straight into draft, into game.
I definitely have to agree with you. I'm way more of a friend of this Vitagen comp, but maybe, I mean, we've said that already today, and it turned out interesting. So maybe this one will turn out differently when we are planning on a 5 point from both teams once again, kinda. Yomi is protecting the tier 1 mid lane turret. That's important.
Wait. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's protecting the bush. He's unkillable, definitely.
Yeah, definitely scared of that invade, that the solo Alistair invade. Definitely level 1 Alistair, very scared.
Speaking of definitely Alistair, Dutch being forced to flash level 1. That's gonna be a very rough early game for Dutch now. That's a very big gang tool down.
It's I think it's fine for a Jarvan. Yes, you don't have EQ flash now, but that's not that often used for these early ganks to be successful. I think it's fine for the Jarvan. He also has EQ flash to go over walls to get out of situations anyway. But yeah, if he does go in, he will not be able to go out anymore. So if it does come down to a 3v3, he better make sure that when he goes in, he's getting.
But he's gonna be late for his first camp. Oh, that's a bit of a disaster if you ask me.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good point now. That's actually, yeah, we are 130 7, and only now has he started his
Oh,
clear, so
boy.
he will be down like 7-8 seconds down in tempo. Let's see if that is actually gonna matter though. But I wanted to bring up what the Trick Chat's been highlighting. A lot of players on Guccian are apparently on their comfort picks. But another good point is that the comp is very hard countered by the Casio there. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
do you want to
That's
have
intriguing.
comfort or do you want to have the better drafts? And let's see
Yeah.
what's gonna happen in this game.
This is the old question of every amateur league drafter. Do you draft comfort or do you draft what's really good into that, or do you or do you just straight up draft what's just meta right now? And here we're gonna see if whoever comfort or the counter will work in this game.
So my philosophy on comfort versus a good draft is, to me, like in low elo, it's always about comfort, and the higher you go towards pro play, it's about a good draft. So let's
would
see
agree, yeah.
if the better draft wins, which that means that Vitagen is high elo.
I feel like the big difference is the higher elo you go, the more like champions people can call comfort champions.
Well,
If
that's
you
another
maybe
way you could put that.
Touched
But
looking or
burning
Zench
flash immediately.
being forced to flash. So it's pretty much agreeing with what you said, just putting it into a different term.
Yes. Well, I think high elo can pick up these champions faster, and they don't even need to be comfort. in
Kim
order to
Jensen
kill them.
using his E here, but not quite getting punished. Just nearly missing the EQ. If only he had flash, am I right?
Yeah, actually, I was looking at it at the same time. But I mean, if you miss EQ, then
Oh.
yeah, he could have just hit it
JL
himself. But yeah,
Stealing the blue buff.
10
Wait,
seconds
that
late.
touched on 3 times.
He was 10 seconds late on his first clear because he got chunked out when he was caught by the Silas there guarding his camps, and now he ganked top lane and he's gonna lose almost all of his camps. But actually looking to kill the Jarvan, but Jarvan's actually on Scuttle, and I think they don't even know.
Dutch is so far behind in this game already. The Dutch only being with a Scuttle 4
And
camps.
he's ganking a flashless Jace.
Oh, well, now this Jace is flashless. Zench, no flash. They for sure can find the skill, but will take a Dutch. Probably picking it up, no, and maybe.
He has nowhere to run.
Zench gives it over to Dutch and will take the assist, and now we should probably shove this wave out. And that's very bad for this Jace, because it's Jace you don't want to be behind, as far as I know.
Yeah, especially not against the tank, who will come back with armor, making it even harder for you to bully, and bully is what you have to do in these lanes. So really, really big for Dutch here. Not needing camps, you will get the first blood. It's worth more gold anyway, so he will come back with his whip there. And yeah, the Ivern, not exactly the best counter jungling.
Oh, JL here. Oh, beautiful flash from Yomi, predicting Wiggy's flash W, and therefore getting
go
out
back in,
untouched.
No Pulvers there. But yeah, as I was saying, like, not the best counter jungling champion there, as he I think he just marked the wolves, but he won't be able to pick him off. He did steal a camp, like one camp with smite is very easy to take away, but unless you're staying in his jungle, not the easiest thing to take multiple camps here. So once Jarvan comes back to his bot side, he will be able, I think, to easily kill the wolves still. But so far, game still relatively even, only a small gold lead here for Vitagen.
Oh, and by the way, it is a unsealed spellbook on top lane. So he is gonna be having this TP up more often. And he's gonna be able to switch it out for something like the exhaust for the 1v1 or such. We are gonna have to be looking at that in case he goes for anything like the Ornn might steal or whatever.
Oh, that would actually be big. I do think you can also
Oh,
upgrade
Wiggy's with another combo, finding Yomi. This time no flash on Yomi, but I don't even know whether he wanted to find it. But Yomi having no vision in this brush, but now we're finding the brown passive on Sheffer. That's a beautiful dash from Sheffer. But all in all, the straight still better for the side of Yomi and Jesse. And we're looking for Wiggy's once again, and Yomi will find it. The Braum Q slow is too much. And Vitagen showing off the strength of this Ash Braum lane. And another gank coming in the mid lane.
ganking mids.
And this is such a good combo. The Miasma will hold him in place, and Ornn will therefore combo him. And now the flash ult will not quite find Kim Jets. Kim Jets with a beautiful flash out will come out alive.
Everyone flashes and no one dies as Ornn ganks mid. He will lose a lot of CS for this, so unfortunately it doesn't actually net him a kill or an advantage for his mid laner, but everybody will be losing his flash, so At least Jarvan can re-gank this Sylas now even easier. I don't know if he wants to go for that, but earlier we also here see that the bot lane from Vitagen comes up clutch here, and this is what this bot lane is supposed to do. Ash Braum. Oh, actually, see if I mid lane.
Looking.
No mana.
Dualza has no mana. Can you finish it off? No, he has no more spells, so Dualza can just back off and
He will
he can
auto
reset
him
on this
with
wave.
Joker. But he will be coming out alive. But as I was saying, that this is what this Ash Braum combo is supposed to do. They do go in, but they can't get the kill. And once the fight's been started against an Ash, Braum passive comes through and the Ash passive comes through, and they will kill the Alistar who started that fight, I believe, in bot lane.
JL is here. Wiggy's looking for another X-Flash, and this Yomi might be in trouble this time, but Wiggy's not quite finding enough movement speed to get up. But now the bait is real, and Yomi being baited in by Wiggy's. But can they actually kill something? Jesse not dropping as low as Sheffer. And now the Spottle is turning this 2v3 around. Jesse maybe should start going the other way, but they will find the one kill in the 2v3 situation. Yomi and Jesse are wreaking havoc on the spot lane.
Well, that is a Lucian not dead, but another summoner blown here. They started the fight again, and they're not the ones to finish it. Is that also going to be a Drake here for Vitagen as their prize? Alistar going fake in first and then re-engages when Ivern's here, but your Lucian was so low.
He's blocking so much damage with this Braum shield here. It's incredible.
But you're saying so much damage, but after the Alistar combo comes through, there's no more damage. It's only the Lucian, but he doesn't have mana left anymore, so he can't keep this going for long.
If we have another play in the mid lane as the Crystal Arrow will find his target in Kim Jets, and Kim Jets stealing his ult by being rooted immediately after, or stunned immediately after by the Braum passive. Yomi finding yet another kill. I think it was Yomi. And that's another mid play. Vitagen so far really dominant.
A great Ash Arrow into Miasma. This Sylas is not going anywhere as it's 0-4. That's 1,700 gold now in favor of Vitagen. Also the first Drake. Yeah, we talked about the comp diff. They have comfort on the side of Yin, but they find themselves in a very uncomfortable deficit right now. Let's see if they can actually do something to turn this around. Herald has spawned. No side is running towards it just yet. We do find more members on the side of top side here for Vitagen. As meanwhile, this Ivern getting spotted out here by the Hawk shot, revealing that he's not on the top side. This, if you can push out the top and the mid wave, I do think you can kind of take this uncontested. But Ivern hanging around mid lane, making sure that the Sylas can crash this wave without getting attacked.
What we have to address this whole early game lead from Ivan that he had by just taking Dutch scams and clearing all of his jungle. It suddenly is all gone. Dutch evening up the jungle CS. Both players on, I think, 15 camps that is, if my math is correct. And now the Herald even going to Vitagen. This is just all going Vitagen right now. 1.4k gold lead in 10 minutes.
Chase is hanging around the area, but I don't think he's not gonna even face check the river.
Yomi.
So...
Yomi is playing on the edge. Wiggy's is looking for him at all points in time.
It's a really good ward there. They just know that he's around. They don't want to step up. They've got a Herald in top lane. All they need to do is play it safe here. Even while doing this, he's still in the CS lead, and he actually still gets the cannon that they tried to protect. But yeah, 3-0 on this Ashe. I think even at this point they might win 3v2 because they just don't have the damage.
But they already won 3v2 once.
Yeah. Well, I think the Jarvan was around for that though, like at the end of it. So
yeah, he put a flex so he would get an assist. That's all he did.
Well, I mean, he was around then, no?
Yes, definitely. That's why it's a jungle diff, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Well, he actually... I need to remind you though, like that's an incredible performance then for Dutch to have still participation, still every objective on the map so far, knowing that he started his clear 10 seconds behind, and he got his blue buff stolen as well as his Gromp, I think. So really nice to see him in the lead actually.
10 seconds behind and a flash down.
Exactly. Yeah. great performance from here in game 2 as well, getting the jar in both games as well. So I think, yeah, when we're talking about comfort, this must also be a very comfortable situation for Dutch. So I guess the flash down, the delay on is clear. It's not shaking him one bit.
Now, oh, and we also have another mid lane play. Cassio ultimate being forced out, but that's about it. Dutch is here to back off his mid lane Rouser. And yeah, nothing's gonna happen here. Yet again, Yomi will take bot waves. Top lane is happening. Oh, actually, 30 CS lead here from Sange on this top lane. But sadly, for Ornn, it doesn't really matter because he's on.
Yep. He's not down in levels just yet, and levels is all he needs in order to upgrade his teammates' items. And when I look at the teammates, I see 10 CS lead for the Cassio, 10 CS lead for the Ashe. So I guess you can count those with Ornn, and then he's only really 10 CS behind left after all. So you also see a 10 CS lead for the Braum. So is he really behind? Not really, I think. So
No, he's actually ahead.
I think it works that way.
I think it works.
I'm just gonna invent it like that.
It must be how it is. Now, we do have the unsealed playbook being used and having this exhaust. So
are you
maybe
happy with the Ashe build, by the way?
Oh, he did it. We have it. The correct Ashe build. Ladies and gentlemen, a clap for Yomi. He did it. The Mad Lad built Kraken Slayer before Trinity. And he might actually do damage in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, he actually might. I think he already has so far. And we get a 3v2 here now actually in favor of Vitagen. And we've even seen them when they were 3v2 down. So this is extremely favored for them as... Yeah, Gucci Yin recognizes that they cannot really protect this. They don't see where Jarvan is. They will do now. We're just going to have to back off. There's not going to be a freeze here on the side of Vitagen this late into the game. Dragon has spawned. They are going to make their way down there immediately. And Ivern is hanging on top lane, but tower diving and Ornn with Ivern does not
that's
seem
gonna be
something
hard.
I would want to do.
Especially through exhaust. Because Ant does have the exhaust. As I mentioned from his playbook. Now they may be looking on the top lane.
They're still
Are they
looking.
looking?
They're
Okay,
poking him down a little, but I think he can just base here if he wants
The minion
to.
wave is gone. He still has ulti. He doesn't even need to base. He can just
Yeah, he
play
doesn't
with
even
his
need
ult
to.
up. Now, Senj needing to recall. Dutch Herald running out. Being placed bot lane, therefore not quite getting any platings. That's a bit unfortunate.
It's a bit hard to engage on the Alistair Lucian, but you don't
OJL
really need
looking.
to. The Herald's coming down, but
Anything?
Ivern looks...
Flash shoot caller. Flash shoot caller. Flash shoot caller. We turn around for the
Root
Q.
Caller and a flash. You predicted that correctly, as that is exactly what you meant.
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
gonna
That's,
happen.
that's what I wanted
So
to.
that's why you're a
yeah.
caster. You're just a greater
Yeah.
prediction as Daisy will be giving 50 gold to Dutch. And the Silas will be... Oh, he's actually going forward with
Oh,
his root.
Silas being stunned to death, and there's no way out. The beautiful CC chain, the Cassio ult into the Crystal Arrow, into the Miasma. We're not giving any kind of counterplay against it. Now Wiggy's probably looking to Hexflash, but he can't because Raptors are attacking him, so unfortunate. Oh, he does have real flash, never mind. That's also the reason why he can't Hexflash.
Yeah, that is another reason. As we really... I think confusing
Hold
move
up.
there.
Oh. The Jace is dead. As we have another engagement mid lane. That's looking for the Cataclysm, but we're not quite find the mark. Jace died. We had a
When?
solo kill on top lane. Wait, can we
When
go
did he
back?
die?
Can we go back and look at that? Jace was dead.
As
And has a
an
kill.
engage.
And has a kill and no exhaust anymore. I wanna see what happened top lane. Unlucky.
Unlucky, we're not gonna get
Unfortunate.
replay on that, but we did see the engage from Jarvan on the Alistair. He will
Well,
live through that with his ultimate though. So
everyone be aware. And solo killed Senj on top lane with Ornn against Jace.
that's what I told you. He's even in CS, so it's very doable.
Okay. But that's yeah. As we have 4 men now from Gucci, we are getting more and more desperate. They really want to take something here, but I don't think we can take anything, even in this 4v2.
It's looking...
Yeah, they're just
Yeah,
gonna back off again. And
Do
now
you
wait.
even want to look to get the Ornn? That's just not the target you want to attack like right here. And meanwhile, Cassio is uncontested pushing bot lane.
Yeah, everyone on
getting a
Gucci
tower
on this Herald, but it's second Herald. Like, what are they gonna do with it?
It's Yeah, it was also nerfed last patch. It's not worth 300 gold anymore, as it's now 200 gold split amongst 3 members. And I don't know if the caster can finish off this tower, but getting that chip damage on it down will mean that someone later will be able to pick up like a 600 gold.
Oh, Kim Jensen is
So
going to face him.
he has faced him all game, but it's been pretty rough to attack him. So I think he does have to put respect towards Gucci in, I think, for Diwausa, because if the members from Gucci are roaming towards him, he might find himself in a bit of a pickle. But Alistar shows mid lane, so I'm not just in danger quite yet. In the meantime, just a little bit of clearing. Now we're seeing this Jarvan potentially looking towards the Salis, as he's not going to
Meanwhile, on top lane. Yes, we have our next drake spawning in 1 minute 14 seconds. We do have Vitagen setting up the soul point with this drake if they successfully get it. And it's a DP ghost as summoner spells. The ghost on is something I would really love to see in a fight, please.
Imagine the move speed that he gets from arriving from TP and then pressing ghost.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, Lucian might have a dash, but that's a fast Ornn.
but that's a
Try running
on.
from that. But yeah, I think the position from Gucci tells me that they're definitely not letting this Drake go for free, as they're potentially looking for something in mid lane, but it's hard to do that against an Ashe and a Braum. I do think they know that they're in the bush because of that ward spotting them out in the river.
Oh, Herald.
Towards it,
Now this gives it away a bit. Just
Herald is spawned mid lane right now, but there's no wave.
Oh, they're just setting it to
It will charge.
Drake. Oh wait, Drake is up.
Charge.
Okay, Herald that's very far up. Okay.
But it will be cleared right now, and Drake has not yet spawned. They will get first push on
Seems
mid.
like a misplay to me. I think we should have waited until Drake was up and then place it mid lane and go to Drake, I guess. But oh, looking for the crystal arrow, it will find the. That's a big knockout from. Can Vitagen turn it around? The Cassio is big. Kim Jensen is nearly being stunned up, but another big knockout from Wiggies. But the Rosa is just not dying. He's still alive, and Vitagen are turning this team fight upside down. And with the flank, and Yomi with the DPS. There's the ghost on. He's running in. He's sprinting in, my man. And Yomi is as well. But in the end, all 2 members of Gucci Yin are falling. Make it 3 Sanchez. So that's in on the spot.
It's a
Vitagen.
good day for snakes, man. It's a good day for snakes. 2-0 earlier for Snackback and an undying Cassio. I think he even got bumped into the middle of Gucci Yin, but they just can't finish him off. They just don't have the damage. They don't have the gold. And as a third Drake now going over to Vitagen, look at how this fight played out just before. You see, Sanchez standing around trying to get in somewhere, but his two team members are already dead, and they're all just running away. There's no damage left from an Ivern, and then he just gets picked off by Dutch here on the Jarvan. Second game for him today. Just locking him down. He doesn't quite have flash yet, as he's just awkwardly standing there waiting to get killed. It's just so rough to navigate this draft that Vitagen has picked up for themselves, and I just don't understand how you can come back after being 0-9 now against this late game scaling draft from Vitagen.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard one. And I do want to put your attention onto one person I would like to call the sacrifice of the draft, because Sheffer, he has had 0 impact so far. He's literally 0-0-0 on this Lucian pick. He has had to play Ezreal against 3 tanks game 1. And I feel like, I don't know, it just feels like the draft of Gucci really doesn't like him on any Havoc carries.
Yeah, it's a 0-3 chase right now. He has 40 CS up on Ornn, but as we talked about, it doesn't count against Ornn, so he gets gets the bonus lead from his carry, so actually technically he's ahead because of that CS lead in mid lane. The upgrades are, I think he's got 1 upgrade so far, just his own.
Come on, and solo kick him, Jensen. Give it to us. Show us the solo bolo. No way that's happening.
If anybody's gonna solo bolo, it's the Ornn here, I think. Who is killing Ornn in these team fights?
Well, that's the thing. Nobody.
It's also Essence Reaver into Quick Blades for Lucian. I think there was an old build here when Lucian got popular again, was Borg into Black Cleaver, and I think that would have been actually the way to do it, because you're only hitting frontliners, you're hitting a tank Jarvan who's now opting in to go in armor after he's finished his Gore Drinker, you're also hitting a Locket Braum. You have to get anti-tank items, because you're never hitting this Cassio or this Ashe, they're always going to be behind their safe frontliners. As
Okay, now Kim Jensen looking for a bit for trade on the top lane, but Ant is just on.
Yeah, I think if Ornn
Yes,
fights
we have
back,
another pick. Oh, Jesse maybe being picked out. Jeff and Award, they should go, but still being hit by Chris.
Yomi might be
Yomi now in
caught
trouble. Yomi has flash available, will flash out into safety, and therefore all the
Oh,
beautiful Cassio from Rosa stunning two people, another on, and suddenly disappearing out of nowhere. The Kim Jensen Arnold is also great, but here come Dutch and can anyone be damaged to them? Not really. Yomi and the carries are falling behind, but they are catching up. And now Kim Jensen will also fall, and Nash seems to be the next thing on the table. Maybe after this Ivan
They're not
JL
done.
all alone. Can he get out? Yes, he is still his best friend. Probably the best damage dealer Chi has to offer right now. Oh, wowza.
Working on. I think she
Okay.
just 2v1s if you attack this snake. As
Ooh.
they're also started a Baron, but the Ivern is still alive. Alistair, Lucian coming up here as well. They are really low here.
Yeah, they're trying to
Turn
investigate,
away.
but there's TB above them. Maybe Gucci Yin can finally find a good play. And here Shepard's first kill participation in the entire game. He did it, and he will take two of them in this fight. And 3 members now down from Vitagen. That Nash core was
Are they gonna
not
get Baron?
it's the obligatory mid-game game state flip. And now Wiggy's going over the wall, zoning Dutch. Dutch will not be able to contest this
Regis
next.
will die.
He was gone fast, and now Gucci Yin again in trouble. They are tanking the Nash so long. And Wowza baiting out the culling. I think Gucci Yin, I feel like they have to go. But the carries are too low. They can't do this.
Braum is running right now. Ashe will spawn in
That's
3
just near.
seconds. He has Ashe Arrow.
That's just looking. Looking for any
Yield
kind of
off.
opening. Yeah, Gucci Yin has to disengage. And if that's all you're getting from this sort of a play, your chances are looking bleak.
It is true, but it is the right call, because I think if they continue with this, they would have had even if they get Baron, I think they all die. As Vitagen actually kind of overstepped there after a really good play with those low health bars, will get punished by those TPs coming out from Gucci Yin, picking themselves up their first 3 kills of the game. But when the health bars are now back up to full and the Drake is spawning in 15 seconds, can you do it again? It looks really rough, but they caught the
You have
snake.
another engage, and the Cataclysm coming out from Kim Jensen, but that's a big frontline. You're fighting against Kim Jensen, and Kim Jensen all as he is a single frontline. Now Wiggy's all alone, but the Cataclysm for Dutch is as good as the one from Kim Jensen, and Wiggy's is all alone. But here comes Sench. Can Sench do anything? He's alone in 5, and Yomi will fall. Sheffer and Sench are still up with the Ivan next to them, but can they do enough? JL nearly dead, but they will claim yet another, and the culling is still up. Can he find? He will find Jesse on the Braum, and that evens up this fight. 3-for-2 suddenly.
Actually, Yin coming out on top. What an amazing flank from the Jace coming down. And I'm a bit confused why the Wowza doesn't block for his Braum to save at least his life, just not giving over that kill goal. But yeah, Daisy being a bit annoying here. They're still trying to posture for this Drake, as they know that they have Smite on Ornn and they have a caster to burn it. So if Yin leaves this, they will take this Drake. But yeah, the respawns coming down from the Alistar, their death timers are not that long. She said, so they're back first.
Here comes Wiggy's, and is a bit caught out in this position. Wiggy's looking for the knockups, and now the ult from Kim, but the Crystal Arrow will protect his top laner, and now can they turn it on. The Root Caller will hit Bowser, and did fall in this fight. Now Wiggy's dropping very low. Yomi picking up. Here comes Dutch. Dutch is full life. Dutch is thirsty for a Dragon Soul. Once again,
tail.
and he get it. JL has no way to get into the pit. No flash, no Root Caller, and it's the soul for Vitagen once more.
This game is just turning into a bloodbath. It looked so dominant for Vitagen, but Yin is fighting back so nicely here. They start off this fight with the Cataclysm on the caster, but she just doesn't take damage, and it goes all Vitagen this entire fight until this Jace arrives, and look at the damage he dealt here, just one-shotting the Ashe in the middle of it and actually coming out alive. And then you see Vitagen lacking a little bit of that damage, lacking of the chase potential with the Casio, and they overstep a little bit, and then the culling actually finishes off the Braum, but
Oh, but
right now they've
they're on
turned
the
their eyes on Baron.
Nash is nearly down. Can they secure the Nash, and they will secure the Nash. Kim Jensen taking Braum, or probably not the best target. And now Vitagen is looking for the fight. Regis is being knocked up. Regis is being marked by the Braum, and that's a huge shock blast though. From
Kim
Sense,
Jensen's
can they
alone.
find him? Kim Jensen being knocked up. Can they finish him? They don't have any damage dealers on this side of the wall. I think they would. Yeah, just disengage, guys. It's okay. I'm yelling enough. No need to do more.
They will just walk away. They have the Baron. They don't need to flip more than this. They also have Ocean Soul after this last skirmish as well. It's actually only 4k gold lead for Vitagen. Yin actually doing a great job here, staying alive in this game when I feel like all the odds are stacked against them. But it's looking like they have a very, very big mountain to overcome here. They might be able to pick up another tower here. It is going to be a bounty, just getting them some of that much needed gold. But Vitagen is going 4-man strong straight down mid lane here to pick up their own tower, the second tier tower in mid.
You were not quite correct. It was a 4k lead plus 4 dragons plus Nash. So,
Yeah, and the Ornn items, I know.
Oh,
As
and
I
the
said,
Ornn
it's
items.
a very big mountain to overcome, but
and Cassio's up 2 levels. This is definitely a rough one. Actually 3 levels. But I have to... Yomi, kind of a letdown this game. He died twice.
yeah, I will say, like, that death is fairly acceptable. If a chase does that to you, like, there's not much you can do
Yeah,
against
first
it.
game, he died 0 times. That's acceptable. This game, 2 deaths, a bit too much. A bit too much.
So what is acceptable? Only 0? Okay. Yeah.
0 and 1. Yeah, I'm the perfect person to be speaking about this. I'm not dying like 6 times a game, no way.
How's BLM doing right now?
Well, we're not playing, so I can't tell you.
Oh, you went 2-0 this week, so
Yeah, we went 2-0 this week, 1-1
Vitagen
last
hasn't
week, and 2-0
locked-
the week before.
they haven't locked in this 2-0 just yet, but they're looking very strong, and they're looking like they should be able to pull it off. They're sieging now. They're readying themselves to siege this bot lane tower. As this chase has been... He does hurt here, but it's an Ocean Soul, so the sustain is there.
Oh,
Asher is
Dutch looking for
stolen from
something, but
Silas.
not quite. Yeah.
Dutch, yeah, he's just positioning with his team here. I don't think they don't
It doesn't
need
hurt
to
as
push
much?
anything just yet.
Yeah, this soul is definitely a very unfortunate point for the Gucci in combo. They're relying a lot on this Jace block, but the soul just negating 99% of it. Also, and right now, for the worst case, he does have his heal up.
It's pretty scary with those bushes, but with the flag really big, they can actually just see right inside of them.
Second Miasma being used, and it's just a skill shot fest, but no one's really taking damage here.
Baron has now timed out. They did get themselves some outer towers. Gold lead not really gotten bigger than 4k with that top lane tower early going to Team Jensen as well. So far, not exactly building a bigger lead, but then again, the scaling was on their side this entire time, so it's still looking really good for Vitagen.
Definitely looking like Vitagen is going to pick up this 2-0 win, but maybe Gucci has one more. Maybe they can find this one miraculous team fight once more. Maybe Sench, or maybe Kim Jensen, or maybe Sheffer, because he has had good impact now. He is actually 4-0, which is very great stats for the way this game has been playing. Maybe we will get this one good showing as the Crystal Arrow will find nothing.
He almost got somebody there looking for a bit of poke with Silas ultimate, but not quite landing anything just yet, and we're looking like it's gonna come down to, I believe this was last game as well, Elder, I'm not sure,
Yeah, we had an error last game, I'm pretty sure. Actually, did we?
It's gonna
Yeah,
come
yeah.
down to it again. Let's see if who can
Oh, Wiki's
secure
looking
it
for Flash Engage, looking on the Jesse, but not quite finding Yomi. It's only the Braum, but they can't really damage him. No, yeah. And that's Wiki's Flash down for the count for now.
Braum not
Right
really the
before
target
Drake.
he wanted to lock down. He was looking to get his stun onto the Ashe, but she has Flash, she has Ghost. Very safe for now. Bot lane Prio for the side of Vitagen. They're fishing mid lane though. Woodcaller won't land just quite yet. They're both trying to get foothold on to start a fight on. Ornn is in the river first right now. I think they're gonna get the vision advantage here for the side of Vitagen, because they're looking to maybe they're getting alley ulted, but that's big here.
That's such a big ultimate to get right before this. That means that Wiggs is so much less tanky in these fights, but he can do so much less CC in this fight. And now we're looking here. Oh, JL looking a bit scuffed, but he can escape just in time. And now Vitagen in a very good position around this Drake. The red side advantage on Drake Pit is getting shown off here. As Rose are taking a lot of damage by trying to commit.
Alistair looking. Drake has been started by Dutch.
And it's just 1v2ing this
Look at
Jensen
the
JL
Lucian,
here, but Sheffer with a great ult, cleansing out. An objective, what? Okay, yes, we have the big fight now. Great shield from Jesse to shield out this Ornn ult from Kim Jensen, and now Zench is on the side. Can he find the engage? Can he find the angle where he can actually jump in? Right now, everyone from Vitagen is still looking strong. They have the Ocean Soul on the side. We have to consider they have the Ocean Drake. Wiggs no ult. Wiggs is very squishy. Wiggs will go down, and Wiggs is dead. And with that, it's a 5v4. The Ocean Drake is healing up, and Elder Drake is on the menu. But we're looking.
There's a split off.
We're looking for team members even more. Bowser flash ulting forward, but not quite finding anymore. Forcing out one flash. They had sense flash, and now the Elder's being started up.
Zench is looking to push mid lane.
What can JL do? And is trying to get them off this Dragon Pit. He's trying to get JL off this possibility to steal it. Meanwhile, Zench is trying to push mid. Kim Jensen is dead, and now here comes Sheffer. Sheffer is around for Drake. Can Sheffer steal it? Ah, no, he will not. Dutch will secure it now. Sheffer and JL both in big trouble. Yomi will chase down Sheffer while
Zench is on the Nexus towers.
Well, Zench is trying to backdoor this game, but he will not quite get it. He is the only member left alive in the fight. The Wiggy's spawning as the Elder Drake goes to Vitagen.
I think Zench might die here. Oh, he's gonna TP out. He won't be cancelled as the E was used there to just chase him. But he's not.
Ashes up.
I don't know
Ashes up again.
Yet. But yeah, Dutch has now started Baron now. The 3 members are still dead on the side of Gucci, and they have the Elder Drake. The super minions are pushing in mid lane yet, but they are not in the side of their base, so they have the time right now. But yeah, it is an inhibitor.
Completely uncontested. Yeah.
It is an inhibitor on the side of Gucci Yin though, but it's only the mid lane one. I think that's kind of like the worst one to get, because mid lane will always be pushed out before you move anyways. Definitely. Then again, it's something, right?
Better than nothing. Also, a huge bounty for the turret, turrets he took. But now, the odds are stacked in against Gucci Yin even more. Can they defy the odds and even out the series? We will find out in the next fight.
I think the next fight has to be the decider. I think Vitagen just kind of has to force something as well. They still have, I think, like 1:30 on this Elder available. I think if you start a fight with this buff alive, there's no way you lose it. You are so tanky. You have the Ocean, so the enemy just doesn't have that great tank shredding either. And if anybody drops low, they just get executed. If you do fight with this Elder Dragon buff, they're just gonna march straight down mid lane. Chase is actually walking top, and he's gonna immediately have the base here. I think he has to be here for this defense. I think they might even keep going right now. It's just with this wave, just go for it.
Vitagen is looking to finish up this game. They wanna go home for the day. They wanna fight. They wanna lock in. They are very, very safe playoff. And now here comes the engage and ulting in. The Elder Drake is still active as Wiggs is getting stunned up. Kim Jensen looking for a Cassie ult, but he will not quite stun anyone. And now he is the first one to fall. Wiggs nearly dead as well. Dutch will not quite finish him off, but the Nexus turrets are the target. The first one will fall, the second one soon to follow. And now who can stop them from hitting the Nexus? Wiggs with a beautiful call. There's no follow-up anymore. They will just turn and kill Wiggs. Can they kill even more? Zench is the next target. He will get poked down by Yomi. As Dutch is in GA, and JL is the next one. He will also find Sheffer, the only one left. Can he do anything? He is powerless as Vitagen finishes the game.
That was an incredibly long fight to close out the game. Again, it's the story of how the game has looked out the entire time. It's just no damage to go through the health bars of Vitagen on the side of Gucci Yin, and they just slowly whittle down, and they're like running back to the fountain to heal up to come back in, but they're just dropping as the Nexus towers drop. As the Nexus drops, and it's a 2-0 for Vitagen.
And with that win, Vitagen is actually tying up this first place position of Gucci Yin. They are both at 11 wins now. And before we get to the theoretical part, who's your MVP for this game and the series, obviously?
I think I saw an incredible performance for pretty much all of the players on Vitagen here. It's I think everybody executed their role amazingly, but I think the one who stood out a little bit more for me was in both games the mid laner Diwauza. I think on ASOL he did so much work, and this game again, I think he might have even gone deathless on the Casio here again, doing so much work, being like that counter piece to the draft of Gucci Yin, like just not allowing him to play the game, locking him down, chasing him down with the noxious blasts as he just plays the hyper carry mid laner there. I think he played fantastic. I want to say props to Dutch as well, especially the first game as well, where he saw him coming up so clutch to create all the space for his carries. I think the top laner both games played out of his mind as well. Jomi also just doing in his work on first Ascendant and the Ash. Again, also Jazea just protecting his carries this game as well. Really, really well done. But I think it's just a little bit more in the favor here for this mid laner. I think he absolutely popped off.
Well, he definitely did. The Wowzer showing off a very, very good series, but I have to disagree with you. I think that the MVP of the series is going to be Dutch. Dutch has had so much impact in both games, even though the second game he's been put behind so far. 10-second delayed his entire clear, flashless level 1, and even though that all happened, he forced the first blood top lane. He got every single objective. He didn't get outsmited once. He secured everything. He peeled so well. Along this one Drake fight where he was just standing next to his low health squishies just so Sench couldn't jump in is incredible to me. So I have to give Dutch every bit of respect I have, and for me he's the clear MVP.
Well, agree to disagree. I think I will agree he played out of his mind, so that is definitely true. But I think like the Diwasa to me was the one who actually like in the end made the difference in the team fights to actually finish off the health bars and make sure that his team actually locked in those wins. But yeah, of course, as you highlight, Dutch with his even like being put so far behind in the second game, in the early game, to still have such a massive impact, to not lose any smite fights either. As you highlight, I do think he played out of his mind. So definitely, yeah, let's just put it at 2 MVPs, honestly. So yeah, great game here for Vitagen, but I think it just shows that there was just an amazing team play here, an amazing drafting and execution for Vitagen this week. So they're looking very good.
Great game and great series for Vitagen, putting a statement down against the first, the till this point first place of the Swiss stage standing. And Gucci Yin kind of looked like they didn't have any kind of answers to the Braum, to the like triple quadra tank compositions of Vitagen here.
Yeah, exactly. When it comes to the draft here, there's I think there's a lot to be reviewed there. I think definitely we talked about it. Comfort versus a good draft, looking like well, at least as I said, right? Vitagen, they look like they're high elo because the better draft in high elo should always win. So when you look at it that way, definitely looking to go back to the drawing board and get yourself a little bit more of an easier to play draft. Because this one, even when they had moments where it was going all right, I think when they were taking the tempo really fast, they had this chase flank coming in. Even after all that, it just never really felt like they could actually win the team fight, and they had to create pressure otherwise by like starting the split push in the middle of the team fight and to make it more chaotic. But it just even then it just didn't really create enough space for Gucci Yin to come back into it. So yeah, I think it's been said in Twitch chat as well. There's a bit of a draft if.
Yeah, but all the players still looked good regardless, and this was a very high caliber game. And I'm very glad that I got to cast it with you. It was a blast. And that pretty much wraps it up for today. Both of these teams and Snack Pack today qualified for guaranteed playoff spots. So congratulations to these teams. Greasy Goblins still have to hang in there and win. I think maybe even win 2 games next week. So that's gonna be a fun one. And with this, I think this week of SLE games are concluded. A big shout out to obviously Pepper, the producer of everything. Without him, nothing of this would happen. A big shout out to you, Ogden, for stepping in and casting with me. And that is the end of this stream. Hope you're all having a great night and good luck in your solo queue games.
Bye bye.